No one was ready for this. What really happened to Birgenair Flight 301? The quiet tropical night in Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, carried the usual charm of a tourist paradise. The runway lights glimmered like stars, illuminating the ground below as Birgenair Flight 301, a Boeing 757, prepared for its journey to Frankfurt, Germany. Among the passengers were tourists eager to return home, families with excited chatter, and crew members ensuring everything was in order. Yet, no one was ready for what lay ahead. This story of Flight 301 is not merely about the tragic events of that fateful night, but about the lessons it offers humanity, a story of choices, accountability, and humility. It was February 6, 1996. The pilots conducted routine pre-flight checks. Captain Robert Langer, an experienced aviator with over 24,000 flight hours, led the crew. The aircraft seemed in good condition. As the engines roared to life, passengers settled into their seats, unaware of the unseen threat lurking just beneath the surface. Shortly after takeoff, something fell off. The airspeed indicator on the captain's side showed unusually high readings, while the co-pilot's gauge indicated much lower speeds. Confusion set in. Relying on instinct, Captain Langer assumed the aircraft was flying too fast and attempted to reduce speed. But instead of stabilizing, the plane's behavior became erratic. The truth was shocking. The captain's airspeed indicator was malfunctioning, likely due to a blocked pitot tube, a small device crucial for measuring airspeed. The pitot tube had been left uncovered on the ground, allowing insects to build nests inside. The oversight seemed minor, yet its consequences were catastrophic. As the crew struggled to make sense of conflicting data, the situation spiraled. Alarms blared. Automated systems, unable to reconcile the faulty data, issued warnings. The captain's decision to reduce speed pushed the aircraft dangerously close to stalling, a condition where the plane loses lift and begins to fall from the sky. Panic crept into the cockpit. Communication between the captain and co-pilot became strained. The flight engineer, tasked with monitoring the aircraft's systems, hesitated to question the captain's authority despite sensing something was wrong. It was a collision of human error, mechanical failure, and hierarchical barriers. In less than 4 minutes, the once stable flight had turned into chaos. As the plane stalled and began its descent, the crew attempted to recover, but it was too late. Flight 301 crashed into the Atlantic Ocean, killing all 189 people on board. Investigators worked tirelessly to piece together the events. What they discovered went beyond technical details. The crash was a stark reminder of how small oversights, compounded by poor communication and assumptions, could lead to disaster. The blocked pitot tube, a seemingly trivial maintenance issue, was the root cause. Yet the failure to address warning signs and the crew's inability to trust their instruments and each other played equally significant roles. The tragedy of Birgenair Flight 301 carries profound lessons, not just for aviation but for life. Here's what we can learn. In life, as in aviation, the smallest details matter. The pitot tube, a tiny device, was overlooked during maintenance. This small error set the stage for disaster. Similarly, in our lives, ignoring minor responsibilities can have far-reaching consequences. Paying attention to details is not a trivial task. It's the foundation of safety and success. The cockpit crew's inability to communicate effectively turned a manageable problem into a catastrophe. Fear of questioning authority or voicing doubts can lead to irreversible mistakes. Open, respectful communication is essential in any team. It requires courage to speak up and humility to listen. Captain Langer's decision to rely on faulty instincts instead of trusting other instruments sealed the plane's fate. This highlights the importance of trusting established systems and procedures, even when instinct suggests otherwise. Trust is not blind faith. It's built on understanding and adherence to principles. The crash led to changes in aviation protocols, including better pitot tube maintenance and enhanced crew training. Similarly, we must take responsibility for our actions, learn from our mistakes, and strive for continuous improvement. Growth comes from recognizing failures and using them as opportunities to do better. Above all, the story of Flight 301 is a sobering reminder of life's fragility. Every day is a gift, and we must treat it as such. Acts of kindness, gratitude, and purpose can help us honor the lives lost in tragedies like this one. Though the story of Flight 301 ends in heartbreak, it also serves as a beacon of hope. In the wake of disaster, humanity has a remarkable ability to adapt, learn, and improve. Aviation became safer because of the lessons learned from this tragedy. Procedures were rewritten, and lives were undoubtedly saved as a result. The passengers and crew of Flight 301 left behind a legacy, not just of loss, but of lessons that continue to guide us. Every choice, no matter how small, has the potential to change lives. It's up to us to ensure those choices lead to growth, safety, and compassion. In remembering Birgenair Flight 301, let us honor those who perished by embracing the lessons their story offers. Life is unpredictable, and while we cannot control everything, we can control how we respond, learn, and grow. May their memory inspire us to act with care, communicate with courage, and live with purpose.